Hola. We're back on trail. Going up here to sign in at the trail log to enter into Apalachicola National Forest. Strap that backpack on, and we are back on trail. All right. Hiking the Apalachicola National Forest for the second time. First time I hiked, water. First time I hiked through here, I had a video of doing the whole trail, of doing the whole national park, and I had laid my phone on top of the car and drove off and crushed by the vehicle behind me as it slid off the roof. So I am back to make yet another video. So maybe this time I'll have a better success. But yeah, I never made it up to the clouds because there's zero cell service and zero. So I made zero connection. So yeah, my 5-day hike did not upload or I could download to make a video. But anyway, here we are doing this again. And here is logbook. Hey fella. All right. Hey everybody. Well, we are back on trail. We are in the Apalachicola National Forest, and we are soboing on this warm day. So, like I said, we had a good rain last weekend, and I'm finding water, puddles of water. A couple areas are wet that I managed to bypass, step over, jump over to keep my feet dry for now. And anyway, we're about to discover what is ahead. All right, let's get stepping. All right, down there, that way, is Camel Lake Recreational / Campground. And this trail goes right behind the campground here. So let's cross this road and let's get stepping. Standing water, that's a good thing. Orange blaze. All right, there's a little TLC back in here, but hey, there's a bench. And here's a good water source. Bonnet Pond. It's so quiet, so peaceful. Trail goes right. There's our blaze. That's where it came from. That's where we're going. Some orange blaze right there. That's where we're heading. All right, let's go. See if I can keep my feet dry. And yeah, not too bad. All right. Oh boy, I hope this isn't the end up here, because that's gonna stink, and it looks like it is. Oh no. Well, guess what, fellas? That looks pretty gnarly, so I'm going to have to backtrack. All right. Reroute, because yeah, I lost, I don't know, a good 15 minutes. So, but it's a beautiful boardwalk. The trail maintenance crew are doing a beautiful job. Now I have to find a reroute. So, yuppers. All right. What is that? Nothing. Third set of hunters out here. So that's the reason why you wear hunter orange. That'd be me. All right. Still stepping. All right, well, we made it. Home for the night. The sun has set, and now I'm about to set up my tent. Where? That looks like a good spot. Let's see, a little lumpy. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Well, good morning, everybody. That was my camp spot for last night. About to leave camp, broke camp. Had a power bar, coffee, and it's about 8 o'clock. It's time to get stepping. One more final check. Check! Let's go. All right. Well, I've heard that everybody needs a little Jesus with them. Well, I need a lot of Jesus with me today. So, all right, well, let's go, Jesus. All right, everybody. Well, looks like this might be a wet day because I'm already sloshing through some water. But and right off the bat, I have wet feet. But yep, that's part of the Florida Trail. See, I hiked 10 miles yesterday. I had about 4 hours of hiking time. And so yeah, starting out at a little bit after 8. So I got a full day ahead of me, so we'll see how many miles we get today. All right, we'll see you later. It's called a tie-tie wall. Wet feet, starting off the day with wet feet. Oh yeah, it's gonna get really nice. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely not everybody's choice for hiking. A lot of people will not do the Florida Trail for this and the astronomical amount of road hiking. Oh well. Let's see if I can. Yes, wet feet. I have seen it a lot worse than this, though. All right, let's see. I'll go this way. Slippery when wet, slippery when wet. I think I need my trekking pole. Yep. And so it begins. This is the first real amount of sloshing through the mud. Just a few months ago, this was all completely dry. Not today. And we have more rain coming in this weekend. So hopefully that'll fill Bradwell Bay up if it isn't already. It just makes it easier hiking when there's water instead of shoe-sucking mud. Especially at the scenic portion of Bradwell Bay. So yeah, hopefully there's some shin to knee deep water and it'll be perfect. All right. Wet feet, first thing in the morning, wet feet. Yeah. Nut. right, let's hook a left. Forest Road. I can tell you the sand is soft, so this is quite pleasing to the feet for a road hike. All right, let's go. All right, when I see a cluster of trees like that, that tells me we're gonna probably get our feet wet. We are about to find out. That's where we came from. There. That's where we're going. Yep. I think it's going to be time to break out my sticks. Let's see. Oh yeah. All right, let's see how far we gotta go. Yep, be back up, drop my backpack, and grab my trekking poles. All right, here we go. Oh yes, soft, deep mud. Now, who would not want some of this? Whoa! Knee deep. Oh yeah. All right. All right, I'm gonna put my phone away. That's where it came from. Whoa. And that's where we're going. Let's get after it. All right, Apalachicola National Forest is back. All right, let's see what's next. Like I mentioned before, this area is, and may still be, in a severe drought, but not today. That's like a mini Bradwell Bay right there. For me it was anyway. All right, and here we are, back in the sunlight. Yeah. Loving it. So that section of swamp was called Sapling Head Swamp. And that's mile marker, I'm going to say 260.5 Sobo on the far out app. All right. I might be getting into some more pretty soon. All right. See ya. All right. That's where we came from. And that's where we're going. Oh yeah. Booyah. Well, I am running low on water, so this looks like a good place to get some. Good old muddy tannic water. Sweet. Ooh, slippery when wet. And we'll go back and get some of that water. Look a little cleaner. All right. That's where we came from. And that's where we're going. Getting a little deep here. At least the bottom is solid. It shows me sandy bottom. See if I can see me. Hey, where am I? There I am. Hey. See, there is dry land out here. But you're sick of looking at water. Sure felt good to the feet. So I spoke to a hiker a little earlier, about 45 minutes, an hour ago, and he is Nobo, which is northbound for you civilians. Ha ha. And he said, yeah, this area got 2 inches of rain last Saturday, and you can tell. Oh, we got a skull. Tripped over. And that would explain the water. Durr. All right, stepping. All right. Isn't this nice? Now that was some slippery mud. Wasn't much to it, but it sure was slippery. All right, back on dry ground for now. All right, well, that was water everywhere, and plenty to drink. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to a forest road hike. Man. There's a lot of down trees in there that needs a little bit of maintenance. So we cut some trees away. That was fun climbing over, but that's part of it. Now we have about a 2-mile forest road hike, which I can put away these trekking poles for a little while. That'll be sweet. All right, stepping. All right, well, I am so glad I brought this umbrella, because that Florida sun at 75 degrees, extended period of time, getting a little much. So, yep, got my little umbrella, shade me from the sun. So yeah, little update. About a mile and a half from Indian Creek campsite. So, can stop there and take a break and contemplate on what I'm doing next. So, all right, see you in a bit. Bye. Hello, everybody. Well, for some reason the Far Out app has crashed. It's not picking up anything, and it's, it doesn't need Wi-Fi or cell service. It's a satellite service, and yeah, there's no map, there's nothing. It doesn't tell me what's ahead of me. Where's some water? Where's camp? I mean, I just passed Indian Creek camp, but it's only 2:30, and I got 2 more hours left of hiking in me. So I guess I'm at a stealth camp tonight. But yeah, kind of concerning about the Far Out app. So whatever it is, I sure hope it gets fixed. I need it. All right, check in with you later. Mountain House chicken fried rice. Get them while supplies last. Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, January the 7th, and it is one humid morning. Everything that I laid out that I'm going to dry out overnight is wetter than when I put them out. So, yeah, it's going to be a humid, warm day today. And I'm going to be toting, looks like I'm going to be toting a lot of water weight until I can get everything laid back out a little later when the sun comes up and dry it out. Have a drying out party. Anyway, yep, kind of bummed out about the Far Out app crashing. Or I may have hit a button or something. I don't know what I did, but I can see where I'm at as far as, but I can't, there's no map. I can't see where the water source is at or how far my next campsite's at, how many miles I have to go. So anyway, I'm just going to have to wing it and make the best of it. And I'm going to pack up, eat me a breakfast bar or two, and then get to stepping. So, all right, we'll see you later. Bam! First thing in the morning. All right, well, it's a water source, so I'm going to fill up here. So, nice clean agua. All right, well, a little bit of a road hike here. We just passed, we went through Porter Lake Campground, and quite a bit of a road hike ahead. So yeah, a lot further than I thought it was. I wouldn't know that how far out at. Working. Anyway, road hike. You can see there's 3 does ahead of me. Cool. All right, got a bit of a road hike. I think maybe, if I remember correctly, about a mile and a half. I hook a left back into the woods. So, yep, road hike. Back at it. There's water for as far as I can see. All right, let's go. That's where it came from. That's where we're going. And we ain't even close to Bridewell Bay. This is a little teaser. Alright, let's get after it. And I am so glad I brought this umbrella, because that Florida sun is beating me down. Humid, it is very humid. And what is this? I am not here already. I totally missed the campsite I was going to stop at for lunch. We are here. Bridewell Bay, baby. This is what it's all about. Let's check it out. I hope this is right. I think it is. I think it is. The entrance to Bridewell Bay. And it is 11:30. So I got plenty of time to get at least, worst case scenario, I could stop at the trailhead south and camp there, which I did that about 3 years ago, which is pretty nice. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and enter. Let's get going. There we are, baby. Bridewell Bay. Let's get after it. Woohoo! All right. I'm gonna take his umbrella down. All right, that's where we started, Savannah Trailhead. And we are right there. There you are. Bridewell Bay West Trailhead. And this is gonna be the fun part. Then we got Shop Choppy River. And then that's where we're going to, the Caraway Cutoff Trailhead. So yeah. All right, we need some trail maintenance in here. Bridewell Bay is not a mile in. It is here. I'll say maybe a quarter of a mile. So, all right. This is the beginning. So 3 years ago, this thing was full. Last year, when Littlefoot and I came back here, this was completely dry. This time around, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for cottonmouths, aka water moccasins. Oh, I'm all fogged up. That's where we came from. That's where we're going. It's not all swamp. All right, that's where we came from. Found me some dry land. And that's where we're going. See the orange blaze back there. All right. It's exhausting. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let's go. Bradwell Bay, you are a beast. Oh yeah, this is the end of it. Now I got Monkey Creek ahead. So yeah, Bradwell Bay in the scenic section. That was no joke. I bet it took me an hour to just get through that little section. And yeah, Bradwell Bay is alive and well after that drought. Because yeah, I sunk down into my you-know-what in water. I was about thigh deep, needed thigh deep in mud a couple places, mostly knee deep. And so yeah, I had to pull one foot out, the muck, and just for the other one to sink down the same level. So yeah, it took a lot of exercise to get through that a little bit. So yeah, I'm about out of energy. So I don't know where I'm going to camp at tonight, but I'm going to eat well, and hopefully sleep well. So all right, well, I don't know, I have no idea what time. It's probably about 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock. So yeah, sun will be going down shortly, and it'll be time to get some shut eye. And if I'm lucky enough, maybe I can complete this section tomorrow, late tomorrow. But we'll find out tomorrow. All right, later. Bradwell Bay said, "You're not through with me. You have Bradwell Bay Part 2. Oh, you teased me, thinking that was over. All right. Well, threw me a curveball there. All right, let's get going. All right. Well, there was a couple curveballs thrown at me there. Just when I thought I was through, Bradwell Bay said, no. So, all right. I'm between Bradwell Bay and Monkey Creek. And I'm going to hit this camp, not a campsite, I'm going to do another stealth camp night. So I'm thinking, I'm done. As long as I can get to that camp, I don't know, 3:15 or 3:15, somewhere in there. Oh, sorry, I was born this way. All right, found that camp spot. All right, so here's Bradwell Bay West Trailhead. So we hiked that, and we are here. Bradwell Bay South. Tomorrow, we'll do Monkey Creek, and get on to Stop Choppy River, and make it to there. That will be the Caraway Cutoff, and that's where Littlefoot's picking me up, I hope. Maybe tomorrow, not early Friday. Awesome. All right, well, good morning, everybody. I am back on trail. See, I don't know if you can see that white sign back there, somewhere right there. That's where I camped for the night, stealth camp. And Yeah, it was a peaceful night, so it was. No vehicles driving by. Like I say, there's a forest road that goes right by that. You know, of course, that's trailhead back there's what that is. But anyway, I am about to get off the Blue Blaze Trail here, get on the Orange Blaze Trail, and we are about to go Sobo. Monkey Creek is ahead of me, and we're going to try to knock this out today. Ooh, yeah, nice and wet. Yep. All right, let's get after it. We stepping. Monkey Creek, and there's the boat at the other end that you can kind of shimmy your way over. Unfortunately, the boat is at the other end, so it does me no good. So, yep. All right, well, let's see how deep this gets. All right, I think I should put the phone away. Yep, Monkey Creek. That away. That wasn't bad. Not bad enough to need a boat. All right, let's get after it. I'm thinking and praying that that's the last of my water height. So I think it's dry land. Oh, just as soon as I say that, take a look at this. I spoke too soon. Well, I see the road that whoever came in on to put that boat out must have come this way. Let's get stepping. Oh, and I got the Far Out app working again. It just needed an update, but where I was at, there was zero cell service, so I got the cell service last night at my campsite and updated, and we were ready to rock. So, all right. Updated. That's where it came from. That's where we're going. All right, well, that is the end of Bridewell Bay Wilderness. And up ahead, we enter the Sop Choppy River section of the Eastern Panhandle Florida Trail section. Right on. Sop Choppy River. That is some black water. All right, I think you're gonna really like this section. That's where it came from. That's where we're going. It's nice to see the Apalachicola River is about where the water level needs to be. Came here about a year ago, and it was about a foot, 2 feet shallower than this. It was definitely a drought at that time. But yeah, everything looks good now. I don't know if I want a root beer or a stout. I feel the waterfall. All right, the Apalachicola River section puts you back in the woods for a little while before it rejoins the river further down the trail, which is that away. How sweet is this bridge? We're going to cross over Monkey Creek when I waded through first thing this morning. Man, this is a seriously built bridge. Let's see if I can get a video. Look at that massive root system. How cool is that? Look at that. All right, so we made it to the Oak Park Bridge Trailhead. There's the western edge of the Apalachicola National Forest. And there's Bradwell Bay. And up and around. Apalachicola River was really awesome. Here's where I'm at now. Have this much more to complete the eastern panhandle section of the Florida Trail, Sobo. And then we pick up, this will be the Big Bend, Swanee River section, which that's as far as it's going to show here, obviously. But yeah, the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge is really awesome. So I've done that. But yep, we're about to wrap it up. All right. Another section done. All right. This is the end of the eastern panhandle section of the Florida Trail. And here we are. This is the beginning of the Big Bend Swanee section. And here is my ride. I'm going home. All right, hello everybody. Well, I'm home. I'm going to give you a little bit of a recap of my hike through the Apalachicola National Forest. Started at the Savannah Trailhead at mile marker 242, Sobo, and hiked all the way to Caraway Cutoff at mile marker 308. So that was the end of the Eastern Panhandle section of the Florida Trail, and I will eventually make it back to do the Big Bend Swanee section here, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month from now. So anyway, I didn't get much of videos of inside Bridewell Bay, the scenic area. A lot of that had to do with just the instability of the mud underneath me. Yeah, I probably would have lost my phone had I tried to do some kind of a video in there. But anyway, once I got through Bridewell Bay, the scenic section, I was able to get some videos. I felt a little bit more confident about recording there. A lot of that was, there was some sand at the bottom, so it made for stable footing. So yeah, I was happy to say I did not see any snakes, no ticks, very important. And for those who wonder, there are 0 gators, so which that was not a big concern for me anyway. So anyway, yeah, my plans for the future is to do Big Bend Swanee section. That will take me through the St. Mark's Wildlife Refuge along the Asilla River, and then the dreaded 50-mile road hike. That's between mile marker 375 and 425 Sobo. I believe it's pretty much a dirt road hike, but I'll take that over pavement. But anyway, there's churches along the way that allow you to stealth camp on their property for the night. Just kind of call ahead and let them know you're coming. They're more than hospitable towards hikers, so yeah, that won't be an issue. Then went to get up to the Swanee River section, hike along the Swanee River. My understanding, there's still some blowdowns and some areas that need a little bit of TLC because of the hurricanes that we've had a couple of years ago. I've been very fortunate that haven't had any tropical systems last year, so that kind of helped the trail maintainers get caught up. So I'm interested in looking forward to seeing how that's coming along. Once you get out of the Swanee River section, you'll come into a town called White Springs, where they have, like, my understanding is a pretty awesome bed and breakfast. They are very hiker friendly. So yeah, look them up if you need a bed for the night, want to get off the trail for a day or two, look them up. So once you get out of White Springs, you're going to get back along the Swanee River for a little while, then wrap up with a little short road hike, and I will be completing the Big Bend Swanee section. I believe that's mile marker 508. Yeah, let's see. But all right, well, that's pretty much it for me and my recap. So anyway, when I do that hike, I will upload another video. So all right, until then, see you down the trail. Oh, one last thing is I got to give a big shout out to Sharon Littlefoot. Without her, a lot of my hikes would be impossible for me to do. So she's been there for my transportation. She brings me baby wipes and fresh clothes and a drink and a snack. So yeah, she's been super awesome. Love you, Sharon. And without this, I couldn't do it. I could not do this without you. So all right, love you.